Hello, how are you? My name is Fernando Ezequiel Sanchez. I am a writer, student of language and literature, teacher training, adapted Taekwondo ITF champion, and here I have a couple of tips for people who want to enter a world of writing. I am the author of 5 books, including Claudio Gago and His Reign. Well, this moment I invite you to stay in the video, because I will give you some advice that inspired me to write my literary works. Well, let's start. The first advice that I give is that, ideas that you have, write them on a sheet, in a notebook, in Word. In each writing, write a little the idea that you have, either to a place that you have liked, something, an event that has liked, to an event, some conflict that arises in the street, and so on. And perhaps if you don't really like imagining fictional characters, for example, something that served as an inspiration to me is when I'm in the collective. On the bus, and let's see how people move and so on. Complete yourself by seeing a bit of the personality of the people you see. It's also one of the tips that I can give you would also be music. A long time ago in a book that I love, you very much read a lot from a book that you like. If you like the horror genre, the most popular, you can write a story related to terror, whether it is a myth, a legend, and so on. Another piece of advice I can give you would be, if you like superheroes, you are a fan of Marvel or DC, and if, for example, they can grab a new superhero, you can give them the powers that you like the most. Also, if it is a dream, it depends on whether you have a dream. I recommend, if you get up for breakfast, describe everything what happens in your dream. That is an interesting story to tell. For example, I am going to write some books writing things that made me sleepy. Basically it consists of nightmares, or it can also be cool moments that are the most beautiful. Something that I also advise you, as a professional writer, let's say, because I consider myself a professional, because I already have 5 books and I am part of 3 anthologies, Centennial Anthology, Anthology We Are Malvinas, and Anthology The Art of Writing Has No Barriers. You can read it on the website. I will be leaving it on the screen, also the description. You can check that. Not only can it be a good idea, it is not as for that moment to say if you really like silence, well, try to find a relaxing place. It is also in the things and sounds of the city. In a field is where you try to relate the song of the birds, because seeing a bird I could make it very good. It would also be very good. You can also watch that person you like a lot, breathe the air you breathe, and maybe if you are not good at creating characters, I'll be leaving you another video that has some tips on this. Because they are the first tips that help me to create names for the characters. I will have this video in the next week on our channel, a video exclusively explaining how to inspire you to create characters. Name your character. We went off topic. Here we are to tell you which is the best method for the same book. We already have to touch on the above. I think you would be inspired. You need to feed yourself with data and make horror stories, romance stories, although it can also be a poem to describe. Poems are also songs. In fact, a song is a poem. Yes, the poems add up. 1. The movie you like. Be creative, so creative that it is a dream that you had some anecdote, some life experience, some experience you can live your life, your daily life. It is written like a photograph in case you want to put a little fiction in it. Religion is good. The good that can inspire a lot will not go to you like, enough cannot get to fight this debate. This orange book that is here, appeared in my dream. In my dream he wanted to kill me, but a person saved me. I did not put this story, I put my passion in this dream, and I put his profile was, the bottle hand. It's also very good, I like it a lot. Also decisively, if you like a movie a lot, being able to draw a story, I don't recommend only watching movies or series. It can inspire you. It can directly write by reading the book, be it a fantastic genre, terror, suspense, action, no more. And if not, you can also see that you can live for a moment. Do not despair, you are doing well in some future. Do not despair, you will be fine with that. With all this advice, I'm saying, and I'm going to tell you a little phrase that he made me about Jorge Bernard, because he is a writer from here in Tierra del Fuego, Argentina. It was more or less a phrase that will appear on my screen. It is likely that many will want your book. But my advice is that you do not give them away if you do not sell them. It is better that it is on the shelf and stored for years. that it is in the wrong hands. This advice, which I did not use much, I do not want to talk much of that, but you have to keep it on the shelf, and at a very distant time, you will be able to sell it to people. Generally they are interested in your literature. It is very important that it is there. Excuse me for the 8.5 minutes of advice. About writing, you can sell, and the risk is one of the real problems. As Jorge Bernard says, it is better to keep it on the shelf, and in the future you will be able to see these results as you want. Like all Stephen King, the merits of other authors, Jorge Luis Borges, and also Garcia Marquez and others, do not despair of selling. This is what you are pleased to publish. I hope that these tips are given by a writer from here in Rio Grande, Tierra del Fuego, Argentina. For the world, this data was a video for Top-Conquerors and for the community of humanity that wants to write a new book and does not know how it is. I hope it helps you, from this humble servant, that you like it or take it. Yes, no, nothing happens. You can leave the step to someone else. I hope you take the advice, because we are human, and I had the honor and experience for this great profession that is the art of writing. I liked it. There will be more videos talking about this soon. I am going to record a video to tell how I inspire a video to create names for the characters. I want to send a greeting to the entire community and especially to my friend Antonio Ramirez Aguila. See you.